And we are live on another umbraCoffee episode 2. And together with me is my colleague Callum and Paul from Culture Co UK. Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
How are you? We have a snow in Poland. It's December, finally. How is it in the UK?
It's all right. It's not quite snowing yet, but it's close where I am.
Saw someone on Twitter say there was a bit of snow.
Somewhere.
That's excitement in the UK. A little bit of snow's fallen somewhere.
Not the rain this time, right?
It's Christmas already.
Yeah, but it's almost Christmas. It's December, and as this month is starting, it's something really huge starting each year for us as an Umbraco community and Umbraco people, and it is 24 days in. Guys, you're both familiar with the series?
Yes.
I was reading it every year, and for everyone who was asking about the sources of knowledge around Umbraco, I was pointing it probably on the first position, maybe equals with Umbraco TV and other sources as well. And you?
Yeah, I've been using your REST API one today, actually, at work.
Cool. Is it working?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Our front-end guy's building a React app using the Umbraco backend REST APIs. So thanks for that.
Oh, yeah, awesome. Yeah, I found a lot of answers for my questions there. And maybe we don't spoil too much, but you both guys are writing articles to this year's series, right?
Yes.
We won't be revealing topics, right?
We won't reveal topics, but there's something from both of us in there.
Cool. Yeah, we can't wait. An amazing thing in this series, because I was writing this article about REST API a year or 2 years ago, it's that even the publishers don't know on which day they will be released.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a huge surprise for all of the people. Yeah, I'm really interested in the topics this year, because I think that there will be a lot of posts about. Hopefully, there will be a lot of posts about headless usage of Umbraco, maybe wider usage of REST API, or everything what's new. And you,
Yeah.
do you look for anything specific this year? You want to learn something what is for what you didn't find time yet?
I'm always interested to see how the various different ways that people have found to do things in Umbraco, or the cool things that they're doing. So there's always a time where you're Googling an issue with Umbraco, or Googling how to do something, and you come up against a 24 days in article, and someone else has kind of solved it for you first, and they've got some good ideas. It's also, I enjoy reading the comment section on all of them, because there's always a nice, healthy discussion around, oh, what about if I do this, or if I can do, can I do something slightly different with this? I'm just interested in seeing the various different solutions that people come up with for different problems, really.
Yeah, that's good. Cool.
It's a bit like with the blogging that I do when I write my blogs. I'm sort of solving a problem that no one asked a question of. So these posts are like giving you a solution to something that maybe someone will look for in the future, and it's good to get them out there, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you've mentioned that there are solutions, and there are solutions for particular problems, but there are also implementations and way of usages of specific, tools or packages. And speaking about packages, we know that you, Paul, released one package lately. Can you say something more about it?
Yeah, so the package that I released recently is called Smaller Images. And the idea of it is, say if you've got someone, maybe you've built it so that people from the front end can upload a photo or something they can take on the phone, and then that uploads into Umbraco. Well, this is a massive image, and especially if you're hosting it where you're on a VPS or something, you've not got much storage space, or you just, in general, it's not good to be processing these large images. So you've got things like image processor to reduce the file size on the request, but you've got query strings in the URL things. So the idea of this is that at the point of when that image is added to the media library and it gets saved, with these settings from using this NuGet package that I created, Smaller Images, it will reduce the file size down. So you can have a maximum size. So I use it on my blog. So when I upload an image, it will save it as 1080p dimensions. And then from there, I get it to create me a preview image. So on the homepage, I've got smaller image, the actual preview image. and I've got my header image. So I've got them at the 2 sizes already. So you know, when you're looking at the performance of your website and they're complaining about query strings, sometimes some of these tools don't like query strings in the image URLs, you know, for caching and things like that. It doesn't like them. Well, this will give you a way to get around that as well, so you don't have to use a query string in the URL and things like that. So yeah, it's mainly about saving size on your server. It's quite easy to install, and it just works.
That sounds fantastic. I've not had a chance to give it a go yet, but I saw you post in the umbraCoffee's Slack channel, and I definitely intend on downloading that and trying it out.
Yeah, give it a go. Let me know if you've got any feedback on it, but essentially it's just one class file that it uses. You can see all the code on GitHub. If you go to codeshare.co.uk/smaller images, that'll take you straight to the GitHub repo.
Oh, fantastic.
We will post the link here and in the video description. And you've mentioned NuGet. It's available on NuGet, or it's
Yes.
also available as an hour package, or not yet, maybe?
Yeah, so I've done all 3.
Whoa,
so I've done it as NuGet. It's on Hour, and it's on GitHub as well. So if you're on an older version of Umbraco that it's not supported for, you can just copy the file and just put it into your project, and it should just work.
Oh, fantastic.
Nice. Definitely, we need to try it, because it's a common issue, the sizes of files. And I've developed some of the websites, and they were done for media, for example. And the media people are uploading stuff which is not used later on, and it increases the size of the whole website, and it causing lack of the space sometimes on the environments. So I think that it will be definitely worth of using packages like this.
It's all back, and you can resave an image that was already saved. If you've got the package installed now, you can click on save on an image, and that will actually resize it down to your new rules. And
Cool.
existing images too.
So yeah, we'll post the link here for everyone who is interested, and definitely we will use this link as well to check it out. Callum, you had another topic to discuss today, which was not fully covered.
Yes. So Twitter, earlier in the week, the UDUF team, that's the Australia Down Under Festival, announced that they were going to be releasing their lineup today. We were hoping that they would. They didn't. But there is a few things already announced. So we'll just kind of hold out and wait for more details on that. We'll discuss it in the future. They have already announced, if I share my screen, I should be able to, I hope, share my screen, and oh, Agnes has reappeared in this week's video. For those that were paying attention last week, she was moving a massive stack of boxes from the fridge behind me.
She's
this
our
week
hidden star.
She has appeared with a cactus. Back to UDUF. Their website is up, and they've not really announced too many details. Tickets are on sale. You can buy your early bird tickets, which we mentioned last week. They have announced 4 sessions already, which is Niels will be there from HQ. Soren, he's the CEO of UCommerce. He'll be there doing a talk. He's a pretty good speaker. Shannon, who's the head tech guy for Umbraco HQ. And also Peter Gregory, he's one of the organizers of the Umbraco Down Under Festival. So the lineup there so far looks really, really good. I'm excited to see what else comes up. They're yet to announce the full details, but I guess that's going to be coming in the next few days.
Yeah, and we can use this episode as a kind of chasement or
a nudge.
pushing them forward to release the agenda, because a lot of people are thinking about attending, and we as a people who are taking parts and even organizing festivals, we know how important it is to know what the agenda is, especially if it comes to travel to so far place like Australia.
Definitely, but also for them, like as I organise the Umbraco UK Festival, I know the pressure that is on when you're having to select speakers and make sure that you've got a good lineup that's well balanced and stuff. And sometimes it does take a little longer than they think. So if they need a few extra days, that's fine. We just want to see it as soon as it's ready. So
yeah. And speaking about festivals, look on my screen, and Umbraco Festival in Germany, Deutschland Festival, released some of the new speakers, and I've checked it out today. And I'm also amazed about the lineup here, because we have, of course, the HQ guys. We have Carol, Javon, Soren, Marcel, Douglas, some random guy here, Dennis, and Anders as well. So it will be also amazing event, I think. And
Fantastic lineup.
I don't know German language too much, but I understand that this is a call for speakers. Yes, yet. So you still can apply, and it's on April, so it's a lot of time to prepare to travel to Germany and visit other festivals too. That's
fantastic.
Good. Yeah, Callum, you've mentioned me something about new forms and courier prices.
Yes.
Also.
So this is actually something that was flagged to me by Jonathan Richards from the Bristol community. He said that he's seen from next year the Umbraco forms and the courier licensing fees will be going up. I think that's okay. They're good products. They're far more polished now than they were a few years ago. So the changes that I think they're introducing are they're going to go from from 99 euros a year for the Umbraco form subscription up to 149 euros. And for courier, it's going from 599 euros as it is right now up to 999 euros. The thing is, we've seen the value of these tools demonstrated with Umbraco Cloud. And by the way, these tools will remain bundled in with Umbraco Cloud for free. So you're gaining a lot from just having a cloud subscription. But yeah, we've seen through Umbraco Cloud the value that these have delivered over the past year or so, and courier is being constant, Umbraco Deploy is being constantly improved. So I think it justifies the price increase. And also, as has been said previously, Neil said this at the UK Fest, a well-funded Umbraco HQ means a much better open source project for us. They can invest more time and put more really smart people into the team and make sure that they're working on the product. There's been a lot of criticism in the community over the past few months about, oh, you're releasing something that's closed source or it's only for cloud, but I am not against that. I think it's well worth doing. And they do need to fund themselves and ensure that the project can grow and continue to thrive. So yeah, new prices coming. They should be starting from 2018, from January, as far as I know. It's going to be 149 for forms and 999 for courier.
Yeah, and if you will find any article about it, we'll also share it here.
Yes.
Paul, did you use Umbraco Forms in your project?
Yeah, I've been using Umbraco Forms. I really enjoy using it. Actually, it's good just for getting quick forms going. I like the fact that you can submit the form, it sends the email. You can download the data CSV, because a lot of times you've got clients that want that, and if you're going to roll your own, it'll take a bit more time than it would actually for the cost of the license anyway. So you may as well just pay for it, and you've got it there, and they can do multiple forms. Whereas if you've got to be creating different forms for different things every time, no one just wants to be just building forms all the time. You may as well use something that does it dynamically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of custom workflows and custom property types as well for Umbraco Forms, so quite heavily customizing it, and it's pretty powerful what it can do, and it's pretty easy to do some quite interesting things with it. Again, like for you to roll your own, like you say, Paul, it would take far longer, and it's just already there. So it's been buggy in the past, and it's not been perfect, but I think it's really coming along now.
So is Umbraco Forms closed source then?
Umbraco Forms is closed source.
Yes, and it's getting getting better.
I was thinking about if you could send Slack alerts with it.
Yes, there's already a workflow in there for a Slack alert.
Oh, that's good.
Which is really awesome. But you can build your own workflow, so you can say, oh, I want it to send me a push notification to my phone every time, and use a service like is it Crunchbase or something? One of these. There's a Google service that lets you do push notifications. So yeah, there's all kinds of things you could hook into that really easily. It's just a single class that you implement, and it appears in the Umbraco back office, and you can just select that as a workflow, which is awesome.
Yeah, and there is also, speaking about forms, there is a great package from Perplex company. It's called Perplex Forms on steroids.
Yes.
And it's extending basic functionalities of Umbraco Forms to give some of interesting features, which probably and maybe at some point can be merged into the Umbraco Forms product itself. I was thinking about, for example, privacy and possibility of removing data which are stored in the forms, and they've done the custom workflow there, which is available. So data, when they are getting stored or distributed across the system or wherever else, are deleted and is destroyed from Umbraco Forms database. So it's good in terms of privacy. And there were a huge discussion about the GDPR, this new law which is coming to European Union. And also this is an important feature or additional to packages like that to help us deal with it.
Yes. Particularly, Jeffrey, the guy that wrote the Perplex forms, Umbraco Forms on Steroids package, is particularly vocal about the GDPR support, and he's really helping out. There's a big thread going on the Umbraco forum right now where they're discussing it. HQ are involved, and they're kind of giving their status updates. It's really worth following, but Jeffrey's very, very actively involved in that discussion too. So definitely one to watch.
Yeah. Okay, but let's use that we have Paul here. And we can talk a little bit because we are newbies in the YouTube world and videos world, and we have someone who is really experienced. And before we started our live talk today, we've discovered that he has 1 year more experience than us, and it's not only 1 year; it's a long time. So Paul. Our topic of discussion is kind of videos as a medium to share knowledge, and knowledge is the key here. You are doing a great job sharing your knowledge and everything, not only Umbraco related, but also Umbraco related with community on YouTube and on your blog. Can you say more about it and how you started it and how you are doing it?
Yeah, so I started doing the YouTube videos about a year ago, and it was just for, really, I wanted to help other people that aren't in the office. So I'm sort of developer where I've got my other developers around that I want to try and help out when they're struggling with something, or I want to help document a process that they can then follow, and it teaches them. I'm not saying I'm an expert or anything, but if I've learned something, it's nice to share it with other people. But so this is sort of like extends that to other people who are watching, who can look for it on YouTube, because I noticed there weren't that many videos on YouTube about Umbraco or other web development topics that I was interested in that I've learned about recently. So that's how I got started with it. And I did a podcast with Cynical Developer, and we were talking about Umbraco, and I sort of set myself the challenge on the podcast that I was going to do a live video series of how to build an Umbraco site starting from a bootstrap template. And each episode was me recording it live and streaming it on livecoding.tv. And I was saving those as well and uploading them to YouTube after as well. And I think it was about 12 episodes, and I actually got to the end of it and created a site that for my mother-in-law, but it's not live yet because she's still afraid to put it live.
It's nice. How umbraCoffee idea was born. It was I just put it on my to-do list at some point that let's finally use YouTube or any other video platform as a medium to share knowledge and to discuss about things. And people are looking, as you said, are looking for everything on YouTube. How to, I don't know, repair this dishwasher or something else. There are videos about everything. So why not to put videos about coding? And idea of those episodes is also to share code at some point. We won't be talking every time. So if we will have a specific topic, we will be just sharing our screens and doing live coding about it and sharing code screens and maybe using Visual Studio newly featured to live code across the multiple machines. Why not?
Yeah, I found the live ones that I was doing. Basically, I was doing somewhere, I was recording them, and I was taking a while for it. I was going back, starting again, and all of that lot. But once I started doing live videos, I found it's much easier. I can just keep going. Don't worry about the mistakes. All developers have issues, and that's what I do in my videos. I show those bugs and problems and how I overcome them as well, rather than a polished, this is just perfection every time sort of thing. So yeah, it's more real life dev that I do on my videos.
Yeah, that's very good, and I'm learning a lot from videos like that, and I'm watching presentations when I'm ironing, or videos are something which right now I prefer than the reading blog posts, because I can just play a video, do something else, and I can hear when I want to see, I can see. and yeah, this is something what we definitely want to follow. And it's worth to mention that Bob and Kevin from our umbraCo family started their own show also, and yeah, we've caught up ourselves on Twitter that we were thinking about the same idea at some point, and they are also doing a live show, which is called the Bob and Kevin Show, and it will be released on each Monday. Yes. And the idea is to have a kind of Monday motivation around IT. Did you see any episode? The first one?
I watched the first one. I didn't watch it live, but I watched it back when Kevin posted it in the Umbracians Slack. It's pretty good. It's not necessarily Umbraco focused. It's tech generally. They discussed Bitcoin this week. They've discussed Star Wars as well. So nothing too heavy. It's a kind of nice, light, easy listening for a Monday afternoon for us in the UK. It streams out on US time. I don't know what time they do it. I don't know if they've even set a schedule yet. But I think their goal with it was to set up a live video where they could. They both work from home, and they wanted a way that they could kind of break the isolation and just once a week catch up with some people that they can talk with, fellow working from home. So yeah, I think it's a nice platform, and it'll be interesting to see where it goes. It's slightly different to this in that it's not Umbraco focused, but yeah, I'll be keeping an eye on that one.
And Paul, did you see it?
Yes, I watched it the other day. It was good because I started watching some of Kevin's videos, and yeah, that one came up. I think that was the one that introduced me to, oh yeah, I must go back and look at some of Kevin's videos. So yeah, he does some really good videos, and I like the style of the video where it's like water cooler sort of conversations, just natural conversations. Yeah, those sort of podcasts and videos, just like-minded people talking about tech that we're interested in.
Yeah, they are doing amazing job right now, and definitely we need to exchange some ideas. And I need to know how to do those stripes here with our names.
Yes, they had names
on Hangouts. How to do it? So Bob, Kevin, if you're watching us, or if you will be watching us, definitely we need to chat, and yeah, maybe jump on our each shows and just exchange ideas. This is for what it's made for.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool. So do you guys have anything else to raise, to discuss?
No, I don't have anything extra.
A couple of things from me. So I spoke at the Bristol meetup about .NET Core. So I shared our experience at Cogworks of how we kind of investigated .NET Core and experimented with it and our findings. And that I did that on Wednesday. Went down quite well. In fact, the Bristol meetup itself was really good. They're always good, but yeah, this week it was this month it was particularly good. Also, I was saying to Marcin and Paul just before this, I've decided to resurrect my blog, and I will be trying at some point to blog about some Umbraco stuff. We'll see where it goes. Just an opportunity to share like personal projects that I'm working on, or yeah, anything really, stuff, just general Umbraco stuff. We'll see what happens with it. It may last. It may not.
Fingers crossed for you, man.
Thank you.
And did you share the presentation from your meetup already?
Yes, I will share the presentation from my meetup.
Great, and it was about our usage also of cognitive services and .NET Core during our retreat, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, that's great. And I need to schedule another Polish meetup before Christmas. So that's my plan, maybe for the end of today or not. Yeah.
Fantastic.
And Paul, you're planning to attend meetups, right?
Yeah. So there are some East Midlands. There's an East Midlands Umbraco meetup, like that I think is just being started. I think they're trying to gather interest. One of the other guys who was at the Umbraco festival, Andy, he's decided to set it up after going to the meetup talk. So hopefully there'll be a local meetup to me for Umbraco, because I like to go to the Nottingham JavaScript meetup because it's about web development and we get beer and pizza. So why not go? You mentioned about .NET Core. There's a good blog about .NET Core. It's .NETcore.gaprogman.com, and that's really good for, it's his journey through .NET Core, from learning about it from its early stages through to version 2, things like that. So I'll send it to you as well.
Yeah, let's put it on the list of useful
links.
materials. Yeah, on the links. Cool, guys. So thank you, Paul, for your time.
Thank you, Paul.
Yeah, and let's catch up on the next umbraCoffees, and have a nice day, afternoon, weekend, everything, guys.
And you.
Okay, take care.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Bye.
Thanks.